we mentioned up to 26% of your listening score is coming from repeat sentence. Today, we will be talking about right from dictation. And as you can see from the flashcard, you're looking at up to 22% of your listening score is coming right from dictation. So straight to the point, no right from dictation, no 79 plus. Okay, so right from dictation is very, very important for a couple of reasons. One of them is the contribution, as you guys can see, and Atik knows that it has got up to 22%. Number two, the marking guide. Like here in the marking guide, it's very clear. You either get the word correct or wrong. If you get it, you get 1 mark. If you don't get it, you don't get the mark. Unlike other tasks like essay, the marks come from different marking aspects. So in right from dictation, if you get the word, you get it. If you don't get it. And the third fact why right from dictation is very important is the location of this task in the exam. And this is something Atik will elaborate more on that. So right from dictation is very important. We have to smash it. The best way to smash it is to get some tips from our instructor, Atik. Atik, the floor for you.
Thank you, Ali. Dear viewers, thanks for tuning in. And as you may have already found out from our demo series, is that we are trying to guide you and we are trying to provide you the best tips and the strategies with in-hand practice during the sessions to do well and to have a better understanding in every single task. Now, we focused an awful lot over the last week with regards to how to do well in repeat sentence and read aloud, and how to utilize our short-term memory for approaching and applying short-term memory skills in PTE, which is required, as you know, Ali, because out of those 20 questions, there are 11 questions which would require us to listen, pay attention, understand, and then answer the questions. Now, same is the case for right from dictation, but there is also some time constraints. And right from dictation question is the very last question item in your exam. And by the time we get to right from dictation, the strategies, the presence of mind, so many things has to be taken care of and has to click for us to do well in right from dictation. And to burden all that, we have this figure, which is right in front of you, from the metrics, is showing that we have 22% of our listening scores coming out of right from dictation. Not to mention the strictness by which this question is marked. So we need to have a correct approach. We need to have certain methods for us to do well in this task. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I bring out few methods of taking notes and solving right from dictation the right way, which is going to be our discussion. Now I'm going to move forward to this next slide right here, and I'm going to talk about what can we do or what should we be doing with regards to right from dictation note taking. Okay. The first point that I want to make is a question that I think it's a universal question: is why take notes? Why take notes in right from dictation? Why not just simply type? Now, to answer that question, it's again, I bring out the point that right from dictation is the very last question item in your exam. And your brain might already be so tired concentrating for that long period of time. And you just want something from your side to assist and help you, or help your short-term memory. Of course, your short-term memory skills is probably your #1 friend in PTE, but you need you need to assist that short-term memory skill, and note-taking would definitely help you out with that. Okay, now the second point I really want to make is, in what way should we be taking notes? Now, some of us could be inclined to type and take notes as typing, and I have no problem with that. But for the mass general, this could be a bad idea, because when you're concentrating and when you're using your short-term memory, you are relying on your presence of mind. And you see, for everyday Joe like me, what I have to do is I have to, as I type, I have to look into my keyboard, and then I have to look into the screen again. I have to look down. I have to look back again. You see, that distracts my presence of mind, and my short-term memory might be tampered. So to avoid such distractions, ideally taking notes in your exercise copy, probably it's the best methodology of taking notes. So there is no distraction, there is no aberration, you simply write. Not to mention the typing speed as well, right, Ali? So unless somebody who's skilled enough just to listen, understand, and then just look into the screen and type, that's fine by me. But I think for most of us, the case is that we are not able to do so. So just writing, paying attention, understanding, using short-term memory, and then taking notes is probably the best thing. Taking notes in our exercise.
So taking notes is so important. Why should we take notes is so important. Atik, how to take notes?
Yes, so that's also the major discussion point for today. Just before we move on to that next slide, I still want to also just confirm to why also should we be taking notes. So while typing, due to those distractions, we might miss out one or two words, and there is no autocorrect. You might be relying a bit more when you're typing, but when you're taking notes, your brain sort of adjusts, understands more. And perhaps in that way you have a bit of you have time and you have a bit more understanding to transfer your notes. Now, as you said, Ali, what are the note-taking skills? So we are going to discuss a few of them today. And look, guys, whoever's watching this video, I highly advise and recommend that you sit down with a pen and paper and practice along with me so that you have an understanding. So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the first note-taking method right now.
Let's go with it.
So in this note-taking method, just give me 1 second, Ali. I'll just connect my typeboard. Okay. So in this note-taking method, Ali, what we will do is very simple, and that is we're going to use that short-term memory skill to remember the information and then take notes, bringing it out of our short-term memory, and then take note of the sentence after the recording has finished. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So guys, please feel free to take notes with me as well, and I'll play the recording for you now. So since I'll be writing here, I'll just quickly switch off my video. Just give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So guys, please be ready. Your first sentence is coming at your way in 3, 2, 1.
Advanced technology will create growth in the economy.
Advanced technology will create growth in the economy. Okay, now advanced technology will create. So as you can see here, Ali, so our method also says a bit of right here. It says taking notes in shorthand. Right. So what I did was that I wrote down the easier, simpler words as full, but some of the words I took shorthand. So ladies and gentlemen, you could do that as well. So because you are relying on your short-term memory, it could be one of the ways where you can, you can take notes of all the words.
Okay. So in this method, Atik, I can see that you waited until the sentence is over and you started writing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. This sentence or this tip, this approach may work if you are fully relying on your short-term memory skills, on your phrasing skills. Okay.
Right.
But what if I don't have a perfect short-term memory and phrasing skills? What should I do? Is there any alternative tip for that?
Yeah, definitely. We have another method, method number 2. So in method number 2, Ali, what we want to do is pretty similar to what we did for method 1, which was trying to recall the words and the sentence. But in this time, we will take notes along when the prompt is playing. So during and while the recording is playing, we will take note of the sentence.
Okay, so you listen and write simultaneously.
Yes.
Unlike the previous one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at it.
Let's have a look. Yep. So dear viewers, the sentence is coming at your way in 3, 2, 1.
The timetable for the new term will be available next week.
Timetable for the new term will be available next week, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Ali, yeah, this method, of course, you're writing as and when the recording is being played. I also encourage the students, if you are using this method, to sort of practice repeat sentence along with it. So you mumble back the words as you write along.
Okay. But Atiq, what if a student couldn't carry on with the speaker, especially if it was a long sentence? Like you listen and write at the same time, but I couldn't carry on with the speaker. I missed. What should I do?
Yeah, this could be a case where you're writing either shorthand or you're writing full words. You could be in danger of missing out on few words, because it does take, the prompt's length is going to be anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds, but it might take you around 7 to 10 seconds, and all the words may not come back. For that purpose, we have another method, which is what we call
So now method number 3.
Yes.
Okay. So method number 1, listen, then write. Number 3, listen and write. Then number 2, listen and write. And what would be number 3?
So method number 3, Ali, is you take notes of the initials of every word that you hear. So in that way, yes, in that way, you would have to write less number of you'd have to write down less number of letters in the first place. And we believe that those initials should trigger all the words. By just looking into those initials, your brain should trigger all the words. Okay. So let me give an example. So now I'm going to demonstrate this one, going back to that method number 1, where we were still relying on our short-term memory. So we would still recall the words back from our memory, but rather than writing those as full words, we are writing as initials. Okay, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1.
All of your assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday.
Assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday. So all of your assignments should be submitted, I believe so, by next Tuesday.
This is fantastic.
So let me just write it cleanly. All of your assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday. There you go, Ali. So this is one of those methods where I was recalling back the sentence, but in a form of initials. But I did that after the recording has finished.
Can you do that while the recording is playing?
I think that would be a better option, because just like the method number 2, where we were in danger of forgetting the words, same might happen even if we are writing initials, because we are coming back to it, and all the words may not be recalled back. So for this purpose, ladies and gentlemen, what we will do now, and this is method number 4, is that we will take note of the initials of every word while the recording is being played. So in that way, I think our time, it's going to be managed better. Here we go, guys. So please be ready. We will take note of the initials as and when the recording is playing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The university welcomes postgraduate students from all over the world.
From all over the world. The university welcomes postgrad students from all over the world. So the university welcomes postgraduate. A good thing to point is that postgraduate is a single word. Students from all over the world. Here we go. So this is a very good way to take notes in the form of initials. Ali, I have one more method that I want to show you, and that is how about I mix and match two methods. So what happens is sometimes even after taking initials down,
you may miss maybe the last part of the sentence.
Exactly.
You're reading my mind. You're reading my mind. What if I miss the last part, the last initials? I couldn't remember it. What should I do? Should I give up?
Yeah, exactly. So Ali, which brings, I think, as we are moving along the methods, I think we are exposing the better and the better options. But here we go. So going to that next method, excuse me. Okay. Next.
Okay, here we go.
Just give me 1 second.
So we've got 4 methods so far. The last one was to listen, take initials simultaneously, and then fill up the initials as soon as you finish the recording.
Yes.
But there is some risks with this 4th method that you may miss the last part.
Yes.
And let's see your super magical strategy.
So now for this method, what we will do is we will take initials of the first part of the sentence, and then for the rest of it, we will write down the entire words and then go back and fill up those initials into words. So here we go, Ali. Let's be ready. This is method number 5 in 3, 2, 1.
Your statistical information depends on your raw data.
On your raw data. So your statistical info. It gets too crampy. So let's write down your statistical information depends on your raw data. There we go. It's a very good method. Yeah, I believe so, where you quickly jotted down the initials down and then you moved along to writing the words for the rest of them.
But here I got a question. I saw that at the beginning you took the initials of the first 4 words. Is it a rule that I need to take for the first 4 words, or just leave it natural? Like, how many initials should I take at the beginning?
It depends. It depends. Totally depends. So you even out the sentence, and you take notes of the initials as you go along.
Okay, I think when we started this session, you mentioned that we are taking initials to minimize the distraction. Okay, exactly. We shouldn't be distracted. But I found something in this method. Even this is a very good method, but I found that they're kind of a distraction space. Like when you're starting to write on a new line, it's kind of time consuming, or you're getting distracted. Have you got any solution or any method to clear this doubt?
When did ever Sydney PTE Study Centre not have a solution for a PTE problem?
Please share it with us.
So which brings me to my magic method, Ali. And so this method, Ali, it's a fruit of all the hard work and the research put along by the team here at Sydney PTE Study Centre. So, we've got a big research team led by our team leader, Ribat, and we've been working so hard to come up with solutions to what works best. And, we even had psychologists in our research team trying to find out which note-taking method works the best. And through the raw data and through all the research results, what we found out is that, you see how for all the previous notes, I was taking notes sideways. So I was taking initials along the sentence horizontally, side by side. But our research indicates that if you take notes in a list format, which is take notes of the initials vertically, so you are still using the same methods as above. which was taking initials down, or writing down initials with the mixture of writing down words, but rather than writing them side by side, we advise the students to take notes from top to bottom in a list format, Ali. So I'm going to demonstrate one sentence for you. And believe me, Ali, this definitely gives the students results because as you've mentioned, there is less distraction, and it's not just, when you're practicing, even in the exam, when you get that erasable board, it's so flexible for you to write. Okay. So here we go.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look, guys. So be ready for yourself as well. So I'll be taking, so I'll just draw the lines. I'll be taking notes this way. So starting from top to the bottom. Okay. All right, here we go. So the initials will be going this way. Every single initial will be going this way. So just so that the viewers have an understanding of what I mean by taking note in list format. Okay. So here we go, Ali. So 3, 2, 1.
An introduction is an essential and important component of the presentation.
And important component of the presentation. An introduction is an essential and important component of the presentation.
This
there
is
you
the
go,
magic
Ali.
by itself. This
There you
is
go,
the
Ali.
magic
Now
by
you
itself.
see, it's right here in front of you. It's clear for you to understand.
Wow.
And the the words flow logically.
I even feel like my short-term memory can recall the words easier if they were written vertically downward. This is really a big magic.
Absolutely. And we obviously have in details demonstrations, demonstrations done in depth in our classes, and we've got demo videos on our cram series.
Okay. And knowing that this sentence is an 11-word sentence, like it's not a short, it's considered medium, even medium plus, like you're going a bit longer.
Yeah, Ali. Yeah. So there we go. And as you can see, Ali, it's so reliable as well. It's reliable method simply because you have structure. You have structure right in front of you. So guys, what else should I say? This probably is the best method, but we've got to work. We've got work to do before we start to see some true results.
And I even can see that when you took the initials, while you're writing vertically downward, you didn't write in capital letters the initial, because you're looking to save your time. You were writing in a very small letter, readable one. Yes. This is awesome. You're saving time even in this one.
Yes. Okay, Ali. However, there could be scenarios where we still need to have a backup plan. Okay. And I want to talk a bit more about that as well. So this is the different kinds of methods that we would want to practice.
So we got 6 methods here.
Yes, we have 6 methods here. And ladies and gentlemen,
do you prefer any one to other, Atiq? Sorry.
Yes.
Do you prefer method number 1 to method number 2? What do you suggest students doing?
You see, we all have our differences, but the end goal is still the same, right? Which is to get 79 plus and do our best in write from dictation. Now we give the students flexibility, okay? Which is I could straight away would have jumped to this method, but that would be enforcing something on a student which might not work for them. Right? You still might be very good with your short-term memory, and the method number 1 was perfect for you, or you need something more. So a student really needs to find out what works best for them. Okay, which method works best for them because of the varieties and because of the differences that every individual has. Okay, so that's what I would say to that's what I would answer to your question, which is try and test out all the methods and find out which works best for you.
Okay, I decided to go with method number 6. Okay, this is my decision. How many write from dictation sentences should I do a day?
Okay, so before you sort of start to build a habit of practicing write from dictation regularly, with these methods themselves as well, try to solve at least 2 to 3 sets, maybe 3 to 4 sets from our CRAM series, our famous Google Drive question bank, to solve questions to really find out which method works best for you. And after that, Ali, you definitely would have to solve bare minimum of 10 to 15 write from dictations every day. This is, now we've discussed methods. Now these are skill building tasks, and they do take, I wouldn't say an awful lot of time, but at least a couple of weeks for the methods to, solidify. So, and after 2 weeks, you don't need any question bank, repeated question, this and that. Okay, all you'd have the skills to help you out.
Easy life. What is your plan B? What would be your plan B if plan A doesn't work?
Well, we must ensure that plan A has to work, but we have to prepare for a plan B as well. I'll tell you why, Ali. So we advise our students to sort of, plan their listening section in such a way that you have around 5 to 6 minutes right at the end to solve 3 to 4 write from dictation questions. And maybe due to tiredness or negligence or lapse of concentration, what if it comes to a situation where you only have about 30 seconds to solve the write from dictation question, right? The last one. So it would not be advisable to stick to your note-taking methodology, which was, take notes and then transfer your answers. So you ought to have a plan B, which is practice typing as well. So this time, because of the lack of time, you'd have to simply just listen and type the sentence straight away. So that's the reason why we have a plan B. This is not a method 7 per se, but hey, you still have to practice typing as well. Okay, so you can practice with me as well right now. So guys, let's have a look. So I'll play a recording and then here we go. So be ready, guys. 3, 2, 1.
The seminar will now take place once a week on Tuesday.
Now take place once a week on Tuesday. So as you can see, it barely took me around 25 seconds. I don't think it took me 25 seconds either. Now, you must have also observed that I had to do a bit of correction, right? Yeah. And this is easy enough question for me, and fewer number of words. But what if that sentence was long and you had to have lots of grammar checks that you had to perform, the punctuation checks, which Ali, which is our second series of this video, right, where we are going to talk about what are the grammar rules and the punctuation relations and all that stuff. But there are lots of checks to perform in write from dictation, and you need to make sure that everything is perfect. It's a writing task as well before you submit your work, which is the reason why you always need to stick to your plan A. Plan B is for the, it's for the rainy day if it requires. Okay. So that's about it really, guys. So to wrap up my advice, this is the best method that Sydney PTE Study Centre has come up with, and our research team has come up with, and we advise you to take write from dictation notes in this method. And for those viewers who are watching and you still have some questions with regards to note taking, feel free to comment, and we will help you to understand. With regards to missing out on words, sequence, this and that, we would have a completely different discussion where we will clarify things for you on that regards. So with regards to note takings, that's it from me. Ali?
Thank you, Atiq, so much. This is awesome. Now you students have got the magic recipe that we teach at our classes. It is your turn to develop your skills as per this giving strategies. The only thing that will bring your write from dictation skills to the next level is the consistent practice as per one of the given methods. Thank you so much, and hopefully we're going to see you in the coming sessions. Bye.
Bye-bye.